This fire has burned a large swath on the hillside stretching from the Bountiful B all the way to the Viewmont V. Right now, crews say it's burned between 150 and 300 acres. 400 families are out of their homes still this afternoon.
We do have team coverage this afternoon from the scene and in the studio.
First, we go to Fox 13's Ben Winslow, who has more on the breaking developments. What have you learned, Ben?
Well, this is certainly, you can look behind me and you can see certainly an improvement, at least here from our vantage point of the fire, the gun range fire. But we found out when Governor Gary Herbert asked the incident commander what may have caused the gun range fire. Now, the governor did arrive here to meet with emergency responders after taking a helicopter tour of the area to survey all the damage. He stopped and he met with emergency responders, city officials. He's also been having private meetings with the families whose homes were destroyed by this. Now, we are having some technical difficulties, so we're unable to play back the sound exactly, but the governor did meet with the incident commander, the man in charge of the firefighting effort up here, and he asked him rather directly what caused the fire. They did say that the cause was still undetermined. The incident commander said that we have investigators working to determine what the cause is, but it does look to be human caused. In fact, he said that they are looking at the possibility that it was an abandoned campfire. And we understand that law enforcement in this area is looking for a vehicle seen in this area around 1 a.m., possibly 2 individuals from what we understand that they are looking at. But again, the incident commander telling the governor in front of all of us that they were looking at the possibility of human caused and possibly being an abandoned campfire. Now, this fire has led to mass evacuations in the Bountiful area. The governor again pleading with people as we head into the long holiday weekend not to do anything that might possibly spark a wildfire. Conditions, as you know, very dry. It's very hot. They are concerned that we could see a number of wildfires. Of course, earlier in this summer, we had certainly a wet spring, a very cool early start to the summer, but we are now right in the middle of wildfire season. So again, Utah's governor urging people this holiday weekend, don't do anything that could possibly spark a wildfire. We'll have much more coming up on Fox 13 News at 5, but for now, we'll send it back to you in studio.
All right, Ben.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, Fox 13's Lauren Steinbrecher is live at the Red Cross Evacuation Center in Bountiful.
Lauren, it sounds like those evacuees will need to spend yet another night away from home.
Yeah, Kelly and Bob, so after having to scramble to get out this morning, and thankfully this Red Cross shelter has been set up. They've been here all day long for anyone who needs to come by. I'm understanding that there's one family staying here. They've got some snacks and some water as well. They'll really be here for the dinner rush as people get off work and may need some more help. But now we know that they really only had minutes to get out early this morning to grab what they needed, which really wasn't much. And now they're going to be out of their homes tonight, at least until tomorrow morning. Now, more than 200 homes have been evacuated in the evacuation area. And really, we don't know when they're going to be back, but the police department is saying that we will know maybe tomorrow morning at 8:30 or 9. They're hoping to give an update with a little bit more information so people aren't just wondering and waiting how long this is going to go on. Now, Bountiful police say they are keeping close watch over the areas that are evacuated so people don't have to worry about their homes. They're patrolling those areas to make sure nobody is coming in, to make sure that their homes are safe. Firefighters are standing by, just in case anything changes with the fire, while those fire crews are getting containment. Now, if you take a look at this whiteboard, they've got the evacuation center, or the evacuations here written down. The evacuation area has been a lot simplified here. 900 east to the east edge of the city, 900 north to the north edge of the city. So that is what we are looking at for the evacuations right now. Again, another night that they're going to be there, but really hoping for that good news tomorrow morning. Kelly and Bob.
That this is a stressful time for all of those families who are evacuated right now. With you being there at the evacuation center, what have you heard amongst these evacuees as they talk among themselves? What's kind of the chitter chatter there and the feelings?
Right. So there's one family who is staying here at this point. We did have a couple other families who were here, but they left earlier this afternoon. So we haven't had a chance to speak with them. But, you can imagine they only had minutes to leave early in the middle of the night, really. I mean, what do you grab aside from what you can at the time, your animals, your children, and get out? And now they're going to be another night outside of their homes with nothing. So, imagine a pretty stressful time for everybody. But the fact that there is only one family who is staying here probably speaks a lot to the community stepping in, to people having families and resources. So, in this situation, at least there is a little bit of hope and a little bit of positivity.
So nice to have that support from your community and the American Red Cross there at the evacuation center. Lauren, thank you so much.
Thanks, Lauren.
So far, we know 3 homes were burned down in the gun range fire. One family returned to the rubble framing of what's left of their home. They went back early this afternoon.
And Fox 13's Aaron Cox has the interview and video you'll only see here. Aaron, you're just down the street from where their home caught fire, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Max and Kelly. We are here at 900 North, 900 East, and you can see the road is still blocked off behind me here because it's an evacuation zone that's still in force. Just down the street behind me here, that is where the Hare family lost their house to the flames. Now, walking around their 3,500 square foot house, the Hare family says it's surreal. They see the memories of family gatherings and even had their wedding reception in this house. Though the house is gone, they say they're holding on to those memories and are grateful no one was hurt.
My father is the emergency preparedness coordinator in his area. So, I mean, he knew who to contact and he sent out all the phone calls, and he did not know that his home was burning down while he went out and checked on all of the neighbors. The feelings are shock. However, the community is amazing here and have wrapped their arms around my family already.
Now, the house is completely lost to the flames, but the family again says they're grateful they're safe. The family says that as they watched the house burn, that they could feel the heat from the flames as it engulfed their house. They say they are so grateful for the firefighters who went out there and risked their lives to save theirs. Live in Bountiful, Aaron Cox, Fox 13 News, Utah.
So were they able to get anything out, any valuables?
No, the Hare family tells me that they were only able to see their chimney be the only thing standing out of that house.
Okay. All right. Aaron Cox, thank you so much. Well, the Department of Environmental Quality says the gun range fire is severely impacting air quality in Davis County. It creates unhealthy breathing conditions.
You could smell that smoke, especially earlier this morning. With the shifting winds we saw throughout the day, the DEQ does expect to see conditions spread across the Salt Lake Valley and up to Weber County as well. The DEQ is advising unhealthy or sensitive groups to just stay inside.
But if you can smell the smoke, that's an indication that levels have now reached too high. And what you're going to want to do in those cases is you're going to want to limit outdoor activity, especially strenuous outdoor activity. So if you're seeing and you're smelling that smoke and you're seeing the levels that are getting really high, you're going to want to avoid going out.
You can monitor current air quality through air.utah.gov or through the Utah Air app.
You know, one thing I've learned covering fires, Kristen, here along the Wasatch, is that even though fire tends to go uphill, at night, as the air cools down, it pushes those winds down canyon, right?
They really do, yeah. It's because the air's turning colder. Colder air is heavier, so it sinks. So it all wants to funnel back down into the valley floor. And then it starts to rise again as we start to warm things up with the heating of the next day. But we do have some light winds in place right now. They've been on and off throughout the day, but you have these thunderstorms that are popping up, and those can create even gustier winds, and those can be more erratic. And we saw those thunderstorm wind gusts last night that really did not help matters at all when it came to battling the fire.